Hello everyone, this is Wealth Accumulation Channel. Psychologist Mel Robbins slacked off in college. Procrastination, or even due to defaulting on academic papers. Received warnings to drop out several times. In order to graduate, Mel decided to go to the library at 6 o'clock every day to finish the paper. But whenever the alarm clock rings, there are always reasons in his mind for not getting out of bed. Insomnia last night. Poor health and other things in the morning. Until one day, he saw the replay of the rocket launch. When the announcer counts from 5 to 1, the rocket immediately ignites into space. When the alarm goes off again the next morning, Mel also tried to mentally count down to 5 seconds. Wake up as soon as you count to 1. With this method, he successfully overcomes the problem of staying in bed. Successfully completed the dissertation within the stipulated deadline. After graduation, he applies this method to every aspect of his life. As a result, promotion to professor within 5 years. And wrote 3 best-selling books around the world. This is where the 5-second rule comes in. As Mel said in his speech, if you can decide to start in 5 seconds, you can be what you want. Do not hesitate to meet anyone who wants to do something. Act decisively after the countdown of 5 seconds. You will find that your life will be very different. Writer Liu Run said that between thinking and getting across a gap, and it's this chasm that separates the masses. People who think but don't do always subconsciously think that there is still a lot of time in the future. Don't know the best time. Dissipated in the delay of a minute and a second. Gray, who invented the telephone on the same day as Bell. When faced with the urging of friends in the patent office, he said, "Wait a little longer." Finally filed for a patent a day later than Bell. And the title of greatest inventor of the 20th century. Pass by. After Grossi heard the charge on the Battle of Waterloo in the face. When urging the subordinates to send troops to rescue, they said wait. In the end, the entire battle led by Napoleon was ruined. Be a sinner in France. Writer Li Sangryong says this time is everything. Now is forever. People who can really grasp the future. The first thing to grasp is the present. CEO of General Motors, Jack Welch, mentioned such a story in his autobiography. Jack was in the hallway. I heard 2 colleagues complain about the company's reimbursement process. One of them said, "Such a big company. Not even an independent financial system. It sucks." Another guy just wanted to chime in. Shocked after seeing Jack bow down and apologize to him immediately. After Jack asked the names of the 2 and the department they belonged to, he returned to his office without saying a word. A week later, just when 2 employees feared being fired, suddenly they get an email from Jack himself. The financial system is online. Welcome to use and put forward your suggestions. It turned out that after hearing the complaints from the employees, Jack immediately called the technical team for a discussion. Afternoon. Started the development of the financial system. A look back at Jack's 20-year career. Whether it is the reaction of the market or a change in technology, he can always make the right judgment. Act almost the same day. Thanks to this, GM once seized the market opportunity. From the brink of bankruptcy, become an industry giant with a market value of over $400 billion. Musk once said that in brilliant ideas, among billions of people around the world, there are also tens of thousands of people who can think of. You just do what you think to get ahead of them. Don't underestimate the damage of waiting. Don't overestimate the patience of time. Less hesitation before taking action. Get closer to the life you want sooner. There is a legendary story in the Bible. People on their way to the Holy Land are blocked by a Dead Sea. The bloody sea is full of dead bodies, the sky is dark and confused. Ghostly base. It seems impossible to move forward at all. And when Moses stepped on the sea, in an instant the sky is clear. The Dead Sea automatically splits to both sides. Reveal a clear path. Life is often like this. When you are hesitant, you only feel that there are thorns waiting for you to take a step to find out that the road is smooth. Research conducted by Stanford University found that the human brain likes to be in a steady state. When things get uncertain, the brain deliberately magnifies the risk of action. Prevent us from making changes. But just take the first step. You will find things that were originally difficult. In fact, it can be easily done. Former Soviet scientist Liu Bishev made a rule. Time everything you do. Whenever the timer starts, the timer seems to be reminding him. Time is running out. And you haven't done anything yet. So Liu Bixefu had to force himself. Get rid of all distractions. Take action now. In his 56-year diary of time, even the time spent in a daze is clear. Record only hesitation, this thing never came up. Seemingly difficult things. Lubashev always does it first. Then encounter difficult problems in action and solve difficult problems. With such executive power. Liu Bishev in mathematics. Biology. Great achievements have been made in many fields including philosophy. Focused on publishing more than 70 books in a lifetime, with a cumulative word count of over 10 million. Oscar Best. There is a classic line in the movie Green Book. Too many people, who are disappointed in life, dare not take the first step. Behind the failure of what you ask for is often not the lack of ability. It's the hesitation about the beginning and the worry about the ending. Such emotions are not only useless. It will also make you constantly consume yourself into emotional internal friction. Variation between people. It's nothing more than someone at the end of their rope. Consolation in front of. Some people walked out of the shadows. In front of Westminster Abbey. A thought-provoking epitaph engraved. When I was young I dreamed of changing the world. After the twilight years. But even my own family can't do anything. Finally I lay in my hospital bed and realized. If I start by changing myself, I may change my family. With the help of family, I might do something for the country. Maybe it can really change the world. This reminds me of the famous wrestler Jacaro. Jack Aronan was seriously injured in the game in 1988. Paralyzed in bed. Jack Aronan refuses treatment after injury. Because he's afraid of an imperfect recovery plan. Will make him never return to the game. He consulted dozens of well-known doctors. Collected nearly 100 rehabilitation programs. Jack Aronan still hasn't started rehab after a month. On the contrary, on the verge of collapse in the entanglement. Until the mother, who took care of him, was diagnosed with esophageal cancer. Jack Aronan no longer obsessed with return. Instead, reduced the goal to quickly recover from mental capacity through rehabilitation. He will soon be able to move freely with the aid of crutches. That's when he said to himself, maybe I can go one step further. Throw away the cane too. In this way, every bit of progress he made will set goals for the next stage. Always keep yourself on the road to recovery. 3 years later Jack Aronan takes part in wrestling. Compared to the original Estimated recovery time for best scenario: 9 months ahead. Sometimes we are too obsessed with the perfection of the result, refusing to start for fear of possible disappointment. Really great people never wait until all the conditions are ripe. Just started to act. Want to ride the river? If you want to know 1,000 miles, take the first step. As Bacon told his pupils. If there is any so-called optimal solution, that is now. Start with what you can do and don't delay. Think is a problem. Do it and you will have the answer. When you no longer worry about gains and losses. Every gleam you pick up in action, at some unexpected time, converge into the highlight of your life. Mel once explained the 5-second rule. Act immediately after the countdown of 5 seconds. Just don't give fear. Emotions such as hesitation, inertia, and reaction time. We can only free ourselves from these negativity to truly be your own master. This is Wealth Accumulation Channel. See you next time.